Hello and welcome to the woman's the
Ladies Tale podcast.
See, I think I need to like write it down and like glue it to the.
Wait, I have a question.
No, we glue it, tape it.
Tape it. Do we have the ending to this podcast? Because we wrote it down.
Yeah, we did. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm Jade.
Oh, I'm Winona.
Yeah, and we're like the And I Thought ladies, just in case anybody wanted to know out there.
People want to know.
And what we do.
Yes, and we write books. Actually, what are they?
Literary life guides with pop poetry, because that's what it is. And the top 4. And I Thought Divorce Was Bad with Other Life Lessons. And I Thought Being Grown Up Was Easy.
Both audiobooks. Yes, I'm stealing it always. Just consider, I've stolen it so often, it's just mine. Continue.
But my mouth was around the A for audiobook. I was like, ah!
Say it again for emphasis.
You know what? I can't. And then, I really can't. You know, I'm gonna just start smiling.
And I thought I did my journey alone. Really?
Yes.
No.
And I thought I did my journey alone, and if only I were me. All right. So yeah, all of that. You can check out everything your ladies are doing. I mean, everything, and even the boring things that we wrote on our website to, try to seem professional on www.andwethought.com. But I mean, we have a wonderful guest today.
Yes.
Not a wonderful guest. We have a wonderful co-host.
We have a wonderful guest.
And a guest co-host. But
yes.
I have to do the co-host first.
Co-host, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Tanya Todd. I'm an author, actress, and screenwriter from Las Vegas.
Yay! Okay, now we have
a wonderful guest. Wonderful guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yo, what up? My name is Nathan Lewis. I'm a singer-songwriter, skateboarder, and overall nerd.
I love it. I love it so much.
Oh my goodness. It's wonderful having you on the show. We did some research and I was like, oh, good gracious.
No, thank you for having me, man. For real.
Yeah. Question, first of all, we have to ask, how did you get started as a singer-songwriter?
Wow. I mean, straight away, difficult question. I started off singing like from a really young age, but it's always been like a really like super personal thing for me. Started singing from like super young age, just done it up until the right opportunity came to my door. And then obviously, from there, you just seized the opportunity, started songwriting for a few like K-pop artists and stuff like that only very recently. I mean, I don't know, how do you get started? I mean, it's a huge question really, isn't it?
I don't know. I know how I got started, and it was by accident. So there you go.
There you go.
I was gonna say I just explained mine just really terribly, so you can cut that out.
I love the fact that you're so awesome. You're like, you have so much authenticity about it, though. It's like, it's not practice.
I kind of did it, and that's how it worked out. Wow. So songwriting
by accident.
Songwriting for K-pop. Do you know Korean?
I know a couple of words like 안녕하세요, which is how you say like hello or like just a casual greeting. I think 도와주세요 is help me, I think. So it's hello, help me, and I think so far that's
all right.
That's about it.
So songwriting, you said you kind of fell into it. Is it because you were singing and wanted to have your own original things? You were tired of doing covers, or was writing something that you always wanted to do and then you just like kind of transferred it over to what you were doing now?
I mean, if I'm honest, it's actually kind of a little bit of both. When I was back in the boy band, we'd be doing like constant shows and gigs, but in between that, we would be buried in the studio as well. So I think that was my first like real experience, proper songwriting, like officially. I had written before, written songs before for myself, but obviously never officially released them and stuff like that. But yeah, getting to K-pop writing, I just had a friend who was doing it. He did it like for a few years before I joined. And yeah, basically he went out there, introduced me to the people that he was working with, like the person that runs the production company, Brian Yu, shout out Brian, like big love. And yeah, like he just introduced me and was like, we love his voice, let's just give him a shot. Invited me over. So yeah, flew out to Korea and gave it a try and just tried songwriting really for, it's pretty different K-pop because it's a really, I mean, you think like British people like love pop music, but like Koreans love pop music. Like you guys have no idea. Like it is like, because I've seen it before, like on socials and stuff, like how crazy like the fandom is and how much they really support the artists. But going out there and seeing it firsthand was just, it was the embodiment of the fandom that you see online. And the online fandom is crazy. So when I got out there and saw it in real life, it was just next level, proper crazy.
So what
I
advice
love how you
would
said proper crazy.
crazy.
Right?
I know.
I mean, I'm sorry, I couldn't let that go by. The American rule was like,
You didn't-
oh,
you didn't-
it's
wouldn't
like
let
it's
that
really
slide,
crazy.
huh?
Oh wait, he said proper crazy. Oh, he's English. That's right.
When he said proper crazy, I was like, they screamed, or they're like, only a 3-second scream. Just, that's
it.
proper.
That's proper
That's
crazy.
proper. What advice would you give to anyone who wanted to get into singer or songwriting?
I think there's no like, what do you call it? There's no equation. There's no perfect formula to make your way into the industry. I think the best thing you can do is, obviously, if you actually have like a passion for it, and like obviously just follow your passion. Do you know what I mean? Like when opportunities come, like take every and any opportunity that comes your way, because sometimes you never know, something that starts small can end up massive. So I'd say that, like, just be open to all opportunities, like whether it comes from somebody official or somebody that has less followers than you. Like more often than not, the amount of people that I work with nowadays that have, I say way less, but like that have less followers than me, but they're just dope writers. Like they just, what do you call it? Diamond in the rough. Do you know what I mean? Like, whether it comes from somebody like Timberland or whether it comes from a diamond in the rough, like opportunities are opportunities. So I say, don't be too proud or too like arrogant to pass something up that might actually be really good for you. I would also say, be yourself, like, because the things that are meant for you won't pass you by. And as long as you're yourself, like there have been so many opportunities that I've been like, so many, there have been a handful of opportunities that I've tried to get that have slipped through my fingers, and a few months down the line it turns out, oh, it actually wasn't for me. So try everything, but sometimes like don't be discouraged by like the failures like that come from missing an opportunity or it not working out the way you want it to. As long as you like just be yourself, like your authentic self, because that's, I say, like everyone says, like it's your key power, that is the fact that nobody can be you like you are. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's, yeah, like super key. And I don't know, that there's so many gems. Like, so many, and you know what it is? There's so many gems that I've been told, and I want to just relay that and like keep the flow going. Do you know what I mean? But yeah.
I was gonna say, you could also say you need to read poetry to help you, you know, like songwriting.
Well, you know what? You know what? I could easily say that, because you know what? I'm a big battle rap fan. I love battle rap, and if anything, like most of it is like a cappella. Do you know what I mean? No beat, so it is essentially spoken word, which in a subcategory is poetry. And yeah, like lyricism, like I proper love, man, like really love it. Like, because especially when a melody is nice, it's cool, like, and it's like, okay, you can listen to it, bop your head, like pretty chill. But when somebody can like slip some lyricism in there, then you don't even realize it, and then you rewind and you're like, oh rah, like that was a bar, like you didn't even realize like somebody's talking to you, like to you, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I'd say listen to poetry. That's a good head start.
Oh, thank you so much. See, I'm cooler than I look, right? So I'm poet.
May they quote you on that?
They quote you on that. He said, so go ahead and not
yeah, you kind of spoon fed it to him, but he didn't say it.
I did. I pushed it down. I was like, come on, you can do it. We can do it.
But she's doing better than what I was going to do. I was going to be like, since you're being humble and taking writers from anywhere, you know, we are poets.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to keep it and take the number after that, boy, for real.
That's hilarious.
So anyway, we're going to let our co-host start asking real fun questions because we haven't finished the official questions.
And we really, all we wanted to do was talk about anime, but we were like, his people would be mad if we did that. So, you know, we asked the good questions.
Yes, but let's start talking about anime. What are your favorites? Are you part of any fandoms? What are you watching right now?
Oh my God, what a huge question to ask. First of all, yeah, I mean, there are so many great animes out there. I could probably be a little bit more involved because there are probably like a couple of things that have come out that I haven't caught up with or like seen the newest season of yet. just because I'm trying to keep busy rather than too distracted. But I'd say, yeah, personal favorites are things like Death Note. Death Note's
Yeah,
like
love it.
proper, like, oh, I love, yeah, literally
Okay.
proper, fully love Death Note. Got
Elle
love
or Kira?
Attack on Titan as well. Honestly, the level of deception that Kira goes to is just next level. I've never seen anyone lie at the level that man does, boy. Like, it is mental. He kept that going for, yeah. Not even going to spoil it. What series? Watch it.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay, and you said Attack on Titan was your other one?
Cool.
Yeah, Attack on Titan's a good one. Like, obviously, I love Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, of course. Like, from day dot, Dragon Ball Z. I mean, yeah, I still watch that shit now. Like the newest. I don't even know if we're allowed to swear, but yeah, I mean, I still watch that now. So like, yeah, Dragon Ball Super. Boy. Everyone's just super OP. Do you know what I mean? I've watched a little bit of like, obviously a couple of the classics, like, you know what I mean, like your One Punch Mans and do you know what I mean, Sword Art Online and a couple of other things like that. So I've seen like bits and pieces of everything, but yeah, my favorites are those ones. Oh, and obviously, as you can see, I can't leave out Digimon. No, I'm kidding. But nah, yeah, I love Pokemon as well. Like, I'm a big old school nerd.
Oh my goodness, this is
No,
so interesting.
okay, so Tanya has more questions.
Yes.
I'm so excited to like do this.
So the show,
You led to one of my questions. Is you said you don't want to get too distracted with all the anime right now, but we have been on lockdown for a while. How has lockdown affected your ability to, you know, do your job as an artist?
Well, I think, I mean, obviously, of course, as you can imagine, it's affected everyone so much, like so much. I don't think there's a single person that's not been affected in some way by COVID and by lockdown and all that. Yeah, thankfully, like I have distracted myself here and there, like with gaming and a little bit of anime. I should be focused more. That's what I mean. I'm trying to just be aware, stay conscious of it, as all, keep track of how much I'm watching. But yeah, I mean, the way it's affected, I mean, obviously gigs and like going out doing gigging and doing performances and even things like busking, like that's super hard now. Like, do you know what I mean? It's very hard to do shows because before, at the moment as well, I'm working on solo music for release beginning of next year, hopefully, if I get it all finished. But yeah, before that, I was doing Motown the Musical. Thankfully, that actually finished about like 2 months before we went in, well, or just about a month and a half before we went into lockdown. So it was so tight. And obviously, as soon as we went into lockdown, like even now, theaters are still like a bit up in the air. And yeah, so it's been crazy. I've just been trying at the moment, like with lockdown, using it to just be on Zoom, more like songwriting for other people more than myself. Things like that, just trying to listen, get inspiration, but also using this time to like, well, when I can, see family, catch up with a few friends and stuff, because it's been a busy like and a crazy couple of years. So I take it's a bit of give and take in it. So whenever I get some time, especially like lockdown, to actually catch up with people or things like that,
just breathe, right?
Do you know what I mean? Like, for real. So
I do.
I keep busy. Like I tend to like, because I'm not really a producer. And I think what's been good for lockdown is you can kind of just use this time to like try new skills, try a few new little things. Like I'm really not like a producer, but I've like made 1 or 2, well, beats that I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. Like I play piano as well. So usually I'll just like this. And this is the thing, like, oh, didn't see that. Yeah. This is the thing as well. Like what I tend to do is like, I do a lot of work that doesn't go on social media. So whether it's like production or just playing piano, or even just vocal warm-ups, it's just staying warm, keeping active, trying to keep your hands busy, just finding things to do.
Skill, right?
Do you know what I mean? Just like, yeah, developing your craft. So when the time comes, lockdown ends, straight out the gate, ready to go.
Yeah, that's excellent advice.
We absolutely understand exactly what you're talking about. Although we still haven't finished the book that we're supposed to finish.
Six poems. Yeah, 6 poems.
Them the breaks.
Don't worry, I've been stuck on chapter 1 on the book I'm reading for a long time. So
what book is that?
let's not get to that yet.
Maybe they have an audio book.
Yeah,
that might be a good idea actually.
Right,
yeah, that might be a shout.
I love.
What book are you reading?
Oh yes.
It's called The One Thing, and it's just about not having your focus too spread too thin, which ironically I actually kind of do. Do you know what I mean? Like, because obviously it's like songwriting for other people, songwriting for yourself, then it's like playing piano, then it's like trying production. So it is about, and hence why I've been stuck on chapter, like I say stuck, but I've left myself on chapter 1 because, you know what I mean? Like, but.
I think we had another guest recommend that book. Didn't
Yes.
Ron Johnson mention it?
Yeah, I think the one thing. And seriously, audiobooks will help, especially when you're busy. Or like even now during quarantine, although we are technically, I guess people are technically not busy, but then you're doing all the things that like for 4 years you just left it there. So now you're doing them. And I found I love to read, but I found that now I've been just listening to a bunch more audiobooks so I can get the other things done. Like I just put on my wireless headphones.
I mean, to be honest, doesn't matter which like medium you choose to intake it, as long as you're bringing the information to you, learning it, listening to it, seeing it, touching it, reading it. Doesn't matter, as long as you're doing something, I say productive, but it doesn't matter. Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Tanya, do you have any more questions? Or
Oh, of course.
Of course she has more questions.
So you recently celebrated a birthday. You happened to share a birthday with my niece, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, tell her happy birthday.
Since we do have, lockdown restrictions, how were you able to celebrate? What did you do?
To be honest, I had a pretty chill one. Thankfully, at the moment it's different, but during my birthday, restrictions weren't too crazy. So went to town, bought a couple of like new PS4 games. So I bought obviously the new Avengers game, which was obviously.
How was it?
Woo! To be honest, I've not even had like that much time to play it yet, but the bits that I've played already have literally been so crazy. The storyline is like amazing. The graphics are like wicked, and the gameplay. Oh, I haven't even got the whole team together yet. I've only got.
This is his Avengers review here.
Yeah, literally. So I've only got like Kamala Khan, which is obviously Mrs. Marvel with the big hands. I've got Hulk and I've got Iron Man. I haven't even got the rest of the team yet. So that's how early on in the storyline I am. But
who's your favorite Avenger?
As in to play on the game or just in general?
Just
in general.
Oh.
I know, right? That's a heavy question, right? You like.
What is with the hard questions? Like, I would say, I think Iron Man has been my favorite for a very long time. And I think he probably is like my top guy. But
now, is that comics Iron Man or movie Iron Man or both?
I say both, but I say probably more movie Iron Man because obviously the MCU is just amazing.
And how can you not love Robert Downey Jr., right?
he nails the role, nails it.
Yes.
But of course, I can't even answer that question without saying Black Panther. That's 100.
Yeah.
That movie, obviously the comics are great, but yeah, the late Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Bless up, like I was fortunate enough as well to actually go to the premiere of that in England, and yeah, like it was incredible. Like it was such a moment for our whole culture, man. It really was, and it was done so well. Like from casting to music to everything, costumes,
to the crew too. Like that's the one where they actually had representation throughout the entire thing, from behind the camera, in front of the camera, everything.
And you know how awesome Okoye was.
Yeah.
Like all of the Dora Milaje, like they're such like, and that's the thing, they're based off of real people, real representation. Right. They're such strong women, and they're not strong because they're emotional or strong because they're angry. They're strong because they're strong.
Right.
Like, and that's real. Like that's so important. Like, yeah. So to be honest, like, yeah, Black Panther.
So you just brought me to another topic, which is you repost a lot of human rights tweets. Are you a closet activist?
I would say, I guess I say closet. I wouldn't say closet activist. I'm a big fan of just doing the right thing, supporting, like, and this is the thing as well, like, it's very hard to find people that care about a cause that doesn't affect them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's very easy for a black person to be about black rights, or like equal rights and anti-racism and things like that. Like, how often do you find a male that is like riding for women? Yeah, do you know? Yeah. Literally, what I was about to say, like riding for women, like, because it's something that doesn't directly affect them. But at the same time, like, if it doesn't affect you, 7 degrees of separation. Do you understand? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's what I didn't say. You repost black rights. I said you repost human rights.
For real. I'm just a big fan of just I say being a nice guy, but just not being an asshole.
It's just like,
and it's the kind of thing you have to lead by example, and you have a very nice platform. You are showing your fans, this is what I care about.
To be honest, if I'm actually brutally honest, I have beaten myself up for the fact that I haven't done more, to be honest, because there are people with less platform, a smaller platform than me, that are doing more. Saying that though, there are also people with bigger platforms doing way more. So I do what I can. But yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I have beaten myself up, being like, you know what, I need to be doing more than this. I need to be talking about this every day. Like, don't let your news feed go back to normal after Black Lives Matter.
No, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
Don't let it go back to normal. Keep talking about this, because this shit's gonna keep happening. Need to do, yeah.
And you're right. And you know, I have a little baby platform, and even it's like, oh, just by the way, Breonna Taylor, like, let's just, you know, keep this name out there. We're not forgetting about this. We can say fun stuff, but there has to be this too. And even though I don't have your platform, there's a ripple effect, and it can go to someone who goes to someone who does have that platform. I mean, it will get out there.
So sorry, y'all. We have like 2 minutes left. This is and okay, we would nicely like raise our hands, like, hey, we have to. Hey, I was like, all right, we're going to have to do
this. All right, one last question. If you could collaborate with any living artist, who would it be?
And you're going to give me 2 minutes to answer that question?
I'm sorry.
We're like 30 seconds.
You have less 30 seconds.
30 seconds. You have 30 seconds. Go.
Kalani, Rex Life Raj, Coat of the Friend, Sinead Barnett. What did you say?
The things, Winona.
I'm gonna beat myself up because I know I'm missing something off this.
It's okay. It's okay, because
it's okay. We just want to know what your blink response was.
But you can always come back for a part 2, because you know we love part 2s on this show. We love it.
Let's do that. Let's do it. I'm down.
You can always come back for a part 2, and then you'll have more than like 30 seconds to answer that question.
So where can people?
Thank God.
Where can people find more information about you? Just tell us your social media and/or website.
All of my social media is at Nathan_Lewis. So NATHAN_LEWIS. That's Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat as well. I don't really use that much, but yeah, you'll find me on there. I'm easy to find.
Fabulous. Tanya, where can people find out?
I am at Ms. Tanya Todd across all platforms, and my website is www.mstanyatodd.com.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Would you like to wrap us
Absolutely. You can find out everything your ladies are doing on www.andwethought.com. While you're there, take a moment, go to the ladies tab, go to the middle of the page and see the charities that we probably support. You don't have to support them with money, maybe support them with time. And if you cannot do it with time, maybe you just at them and say, hey, thank you for doing this wonderful work in the world, making the world a better place. We really appreciate that in advance. And I think, y'all, we actually figured out a tagline, an end tagline. So really tell us what you think.
So stories have a beginning, middle, and end. It's how you pin your tales on the page that is up to you. So peace and love, you guys, from Winona.
And Jade. Oh, yeah. Thanks for listening.